Tamir Rice 2 years ago has been suspended for 8 days. Police Chief Calvin Williams says a caller told Constance Hollinger about a guy pointing a gun at people outside a Cleveland Recreation Center. The caller also told 911 it was probably a juvenile with a fake weapon. Hollinger is accused of not relaying that information to another dispatcher who was communicating with responders. Rice was shot and killed by police officers who believed that the boy was carrying a real gun. It turned out to be just a pellet gun. North Korea under pressure today. The U.S. State Department is calling for the immediate release of an American college student nearly 1 year after he was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor for stealing a political banner from a hotel. The University of Virginia student was in North Korea on a 5-day tour. Not illegal, but risky for an American. Kim Jong-un has released American prisoners before. Matthew Miller and Kenneth Bae were both freed in November of 2014. In the Netherlands tonight, the Dutch are voting in parliamentary elections that are being closely watched by world leaders. They say it could indicate that the populism that propelled Donald Trump to the presidency could be taking hold of in Europe as well. All eyes are on how the Party for Freedom fares. The candidate has views that are anti-Islam and anti-immigration. That party wants to take the Netherlands out of the European Union.
All right, to weather now, a live look outside on this hot day, a chilly day in southeast Louisiana, but it is looking good. Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr is here with the forecast. Margaret.
And you know what? Right now we're having our warmest temperatures of the day in the mid to the upper 50s. How about that? All right, here is a look at what's going to happen, and there is the potential for frost tonight on the North Shore in South Mississippi with those low temperatures, mid-30s, and a calm wind. But it's going to be sunny and a little bit warmer for your Thursday. High temperatures climb into the mid-60s. And for those of you who are tired of winter, heads up. Going into the weekend, we're going to have high temperatures in the 70s. And as you go into the first of the week, we're going to be close to 80 degrees. And that's going to be for the first day of spring on Monday. So we can look at what's happening. Freeze warning to our northeast and also over here in Jackson County, over towards Pascagoula. You've got the potential for some freezing temperatures. What we have is high pressure that's kind of sinking to the south, and with it, it's bringing that cold air. Right now we've got a light north wind, but as we go into the morning, those winds die down, and that's going to allow our temperatures to drop. Meanwhile, that area of low pressure that caused all of that snow yesterday beginning to pull off to the northeast, but you can still see this lake effect snow taking place. Low heads to the northeast and windy conditions still, but very cold temperatures. Look at the cold weather all across the northeast into the Tennessee Valley, and that's part of the system moving our way. But you look to the west, you see much warmer weather, and over time, that's what we are going to have. Now, this morning, we did have some clouds move in. Clouds at night act like a blanket, preventing the temperatures from dropping as much. So it was not quite as cold as expected, but we still had those low temperatures, upper 30s to the low 40s. It was plenty cold. And today, blue skies, getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. David Morrison in that twit pic. Thanks a lot. So far, the high at the airport, 54. It may actually go up some more. We can look at the highs so far today. We hit 60 in Baton Rouge. Most of the area, mid 50s to the upper 50s. Galliano did get up to 61. But there's the colder air to the north, sinking southward, and with clear skies and light winds, those temps are going to go down. Right now, it's really delightful. I mean, sunshine, blue skies, mid to the upper 50s, a light wind. Get out and enjoy. But if you're going out this evening, be aware, 9 o'clock, we're already in the mid 40s to the low 50s. Temperatures are going to go down pretty quickly with those clear skies. Tomorrow, a gorgeous day. But notice how we do get some clouds in during the morning hours for South Mississippi. Hopefully that will help you with the temperatures and they won't drop too much. But at this point, I do have us in the mid 30s on the North Shore. So the real potential that you will have some frost. Everything is in bloom right now. It's oh so pretty. I know you don't want to lose those plants, so you may want to go ahead and protect that tender vegetation. And then your high temperatures are going to be climbing right there into the mid 60s. So it's looking really beautiful for tomorrow. All right, let's check out that forecast and what you're going to to see is that we're going to have a beautiful day tomorrow right there at 3 o'clock, about 64 degrees. Going into St. Patrick's Day, gorgeous, high of 74. The weekend looks pretty nice. Slight chance of rain as a weak cold front moves close. And look at Monday, the first day of spring. We may have a high of 80 degrees, but notice how there's very little rain forecast. Well, Jay knows the weather, and he took off. He's enjoying this beautiful weather. And Diana Ambo from Terrytown, you were the winner of the Jay Knows the Weather umbrella. So congratulations to you, but you really won't need it anytime soon unless you want to catch some beads this weekend.
All right, Margaret, thanks. A disappointing loss for the University of New Orleans after the team lost its first game in the NCAA men's tournament. Players return home to New Orleans today. WDSU sports anchor Sharif Ishak with more from the coach.
All right, the UNO Privateers finished their season with 20 wins. They matched the 20 wins that they had in 2007. The man that helped them get that many wins, head coach Mark Schlesinger. Coach, just maybe a little over 12 hours removed since the game against the Mount. What maybe you guys could have done differently to win the game?
You know, it was such an incredible experience to be able to be back in the NCAA tournament for the first time in 21 years, to be a conference tournament champion again for the first time in 21 years, to be a conference champion the first time in 20 years. You know, there's a ton of emotions going forward. But, you know, when you go back and you reflect, there were plays anyway. In a one-point game, there's, 50 different plays that we wish that we could have did differently. Make a free throw here, a free throw there, get a stop, key stop, execute, finish a layup.
You hit on the word emotions. Traven Thibodeau, Kristavius Gildaire late in the second half. He since apologized, Traven did, to Kristavius as well as the school. Is that just a heat of the moment thing?
Yeah, I mean, they're both highly competitive guys, and he has a big heart and has been a great student athlete for us. And unfortunately, there are 5 seconds of his life that I know he wishes he could get back, and I know that we wish he could have done differently and handled it differently. The behavior doesn't match our culture, doesn't match the expectations within our program, and we'll make the necessary steps for him to help him make amends and to get back in the good graces of our team and move forward.
You won 20 games, Southland Conference champions. Maybe could be a hot name out there for a coaching job. Are you committed to UNO?
UNO's my home. I love New Orleans. I'm 1.8 miles from my home right now as we stand, next to the best basketball facility in the state. So, I'm blessed and happy to be here and glad to be a part of New Orleans and the community and part of the UNO family.
All right, Mark Schlesinger and UNO Privateers finished the season with 20 wins, and they are Southland Conference champions, and they're going to try to get back even farther next season. Back to you.
Mid-flight explosion, a closer look at a woman's injuries after her headphones malfunctioned. And it's a road that you might want to avoid where this Gator parade was caught, all on camera. Coming up tonight in prime time, right here on WDSU at 7 o'clock, it's The Voice. Then at 9, it's Chicago PD. And then please join us for WDSU News at 10, followed by The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
A woman suffered burns to her face and hands after her battery-operated headphones exploded mid-flight from Beijing to Melbourne last month.
Wow, the Australian woman was sleeping when she heard a loud explosion about 2 hours into the flight and felt her face burning. She told the Australian Transport Safety Bureau that the headphones were sparking and on fire, and then she threw them on the floor. She said flight attendants poured a bucket of water on them and then put them into a bucket at the back of the plane. But wow, that looks painful.
I know. Krispy Kreme Donuts will celebrate St. Patrick's Day once again by turning its iconic original glazed donuts green. But in a twist this year, it will also change the name. For the first time in the brand's history, the name of a glazed Krispy Kreme will change from original glazed to original glazed. Saw what I did there? Okay. The donuts will be green original glazed for one day only this Friday at participating Krispy Kreme shops in the U.S. and Canada.
It's like the color of my dress today, Gina. Green.
Beautiful.
In South Florida, a photographer was in the Big Cypress National Preserve early Monday. Check this out when he captured these images of large and small alligators crossing a dirt road. Although the video appears to have been taken at close range, Wilmer says he shoots his pictures with a big wide wildlife lens, so he is certain not to disturb the reptiles. The bigger lens also allows him to stay a safe distance away from his dangerous subjects.
I mean, yeah, when you see the gators, they always have the right of way.
Brave, my goodness.
All right, still to come, 4 bodies found at a Metairie apartment complex. The latest information from Jefferson Parish Sheriff's officials straight ahead.
Also digging out what millions across the Northeast are facing after a powerful nor'easter caused some big problems. You're watching WDSU News at 4, New Orleans original 4 o'clock newscast. Four people are dead and a woman in the hospital following an early morning shooting in Metairie.
Police continue to investigate that scene in the 2500 block of Pasadena Avenue. And now the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office releasing the identities of those killed. They are identified as 40-year-old Kyle Turner, 56-year-old John Edward Henry, 61-year-old Rosemary Charles, and 56-year-old Harold Friesard. Police arrived there around 3:30 this morning. They say 3 men were shot to death. The 4th man stabbed in the head multiple times. He died from his injuries. A woman who was shot in the face called police this morning. She is in the hospital tonight.
During the canvassing in the later morning hours this morning, one of the adjacent apartments had an open door. We procured a search warrant and we went into that apartment and we discovered a 4th individual murdered. Obviously, the discovery of yet another body, 4th, adds another twist to the original scene.
Sheriff's officials also say there is some video surveillance around the complex and they're hopeful it'll help them solve this case. The Crime Stoppers reward for information that leads to an arrest now stands at $5,000. And you can always get the very latest on this developing story out of Metairie on the WDSU app. If the sheriff has new information on this quadruple homicide, we'll have the latest information there. The app is a free download.
The Orleans Parish Coroner releases the identity of a man found in the trunk of a burning car in November. The coroner says that 25-year-old Eric Arpinot Jr. died, but the coroner says that the cause of the death is unknown. The coroner has ruled the incident a homicide. Police found Arpinot's body in the trunk of a vehicle in the 10,000 block of Old Gentilly Road back on November 2nd. Happening now, the state's top cop, he announced he's retiring. Colonel Mike Edmondson says he will retire from the job he has held for the past 9 years. His retirement comes amid increasing criticism for his leadership. That stems from concerns that were raised about a trip to a law enforcement conference in California. Colonel Edmondson is the longest serving superintendent in state history and was first appointed to the post back in 2008 by former Governor Bobby Jindal.
All right, right now, a live look outside on this Wednesday. Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr is here with our forecast. Margaret, I think it's looking pretty good out there.
Oh, it's pretty gorgeous. I mean, who can complain about this? And I'm telling you, the luck of the Irish is going to hold for St. Patrick's Day and the Italian-American Parade, St. Joseph's Day. Oh, speaking of which.
Oh, look at that.
We've got the cookies from Maria Cachetta. This is the St. Francis Xavier Church on Metairie Road is going to have their display of the St. Joseph's Day altar. It's always beautiful and always tasty. All right, here is a look at what's happening. High pressure sinking to the south. What does that mean for us? It means it's going to be getting colder. We can look just to the east, and let me tell you, we've got a whole lot of freeze warnings in effect. You know, everything's been blooming from our warm weather, so we really want to protect our vegetation. Over here in Jackson County, you can see how, sure enough, freeze warning in effect there. I do think we're going to have some temperatures that could cause frost to develop, especially for the North Shore and into South Mississippi. One of the things we look for, clear skies, calm wind, and that wind is really dying down overnight. Right now it's 54, calm wind, and the humidity is low. It's really beautiful. So as we go into the evening hours, we're already in the mid to the upper 40s. Definitely need a jacket. And here we are at midnight, already 40 degrees in Bogalusa. How cold it's going to be in the morning coming up, and it's going to be cold.
Margaret, thanks. In Canada, this late winter storm causing some big problems on roads. Officials say they've responded to more than 100 car crashes, but this one involved as many as 50 vehicles. 4 people were rushed to the hospital, including 2 pregnant women. Police say the injuries were minor and everyone is expected to be okay. Meantime, cleanup is happening across the Northeast after a late winter storm dumped up to 30 inches of snow on parts of the region. The storm is being blamed for at least 4 deaths. NBC's Chris Pallone has the latest.
After the storm comes the cleanup.
I've been taking my time. It's a little rough because it's ice.
70 million people from Washington, D.C. to northern New England buried under snow and ice.
Yesterday I couldn't believe the amount of wind and heavy snow, how much fell in a short period of time.
The storm brought an entire region to a standstill with hurricane-force wind gusts, heavy snow, and in some places, ice on top of that.
The rain killed us, especially here. It froze.
While cities like Boston and New York avoided the biggest blast, some parts of upstate New York got more than 3 feet of snow. It made driving dangerous. A Massachusetts plow driver died when an Amtrak plow train hit his truck on the tracks. One of 4 deaths being blamed on the storm. Airports across the Northeast are busy, filled with people who were stranded by the storm.
I'm sitting waiting for the next flight.
Airlines expect operations to be back to normal Thursday. So people continue to chip away at the ice and snow, wishing for better weather around the corner.
Hopefully this is it for the year. No more snow, please.
But they know in these parts, winter isn't over until Mother Nature says so. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Worcester, Massachusetts.
6 states are challenging President Donald Trump's revised travel ban. They include Hawaii, Oregon, Washington, Minnesota, New York, and Massachusetts. Federal judges could decide the fate of the ban before it goes into effect tomorrow. And right now, Hawaii Attorney General Douglas Chin is in a Honolulu federal courtroom in court right now, ready to challenge that ban. Hawaii's lawsuit claims that the ban harms Hawaii by highlighting the state's dependence on international travelers.
A company owned by the family of Jared Kushner is poised to get more than $400 million from a prominent Chinese company for a real estate deal. A Chinese insurer with ties to China's ruling party plans to invest in the Kushners' Manhattan office tower located at 666 Fifth Avenue. Real estate experts say the deal provides unusually favorable terms for the Kushners, including a sizable cash payout for a property that has struggled financially. The Chinese insurer will also forgive a large amount of debt owed by the Kushner companies. Kushner is married to President Trump's daughter Ivanka and serves as a senior advisor to the president.
Some laid-off GM workers are getting their jobs back. Previous week sales forced the automaker to slash 4,400 jobs at 4 plants this year, but the company announced that it will rehire some workers from a Lansing plant that laid off 1,100 earlier this month. 500 will stay at the same plant and 180 will go to a facility in Flint. 220 more workers will be hired at a power plant that is near Detroit. And at the Vatican, Pope Francis had some strong words for companies that close without considering the effects on workers and families. The Pope says the companies that do that have committed, quote, a very grave sin, unquote. Italy has seen a number of factories close as production moves abroad. Student loan defaults are on the rise. The number of Americans in default on their student loans jumped nearly 17% last year. So that's according to a new analysis of government data by the Consumer Federation of America. And here's what it found. It found that as of the end of 2016, there were 4.2 million federal direct loan borrowers in default, meaning they haven't made a payment in more than 270 days. The figure doesn't include borrowing through private student loans, credit cards, and home equity loans to finance college.
Down to the most popular stories on the WDSU app. The man whose interview with the BBC went viral says he's thankful that the family blooper made so many people laugh. You may recall this. Check it out. At a news conference at the South Korean University where Robert Kelly teaches political science and diplomacy, Kelly's wife, along with their 4-year-old daughter and 9-month-old son, also attended the news conference. Kelly rejected the idea that the video was staged, adding that his family is just a regular family raising 2 young children. And this is why he thinks the video has resonated with parents around the world, but said he would understand if he wasn't asked for another interview.
We thought it was a disaster. I immediately called or texted or emailed the BBC. I communicated with the BBC immediately afterwards, and I apologized to them. I said that if they never called us back or never asked me to be on television again, I would understand. And I had assumed that this would end any television appearances, that people would see this and assume that, you know, it was just wildly unprofessional, no one would ever call me again, that, you know, I'd never speak on television again.
It was pretty cute. Kelly is an expert in Korean politics and was discussing the impeachment of South Korea's president. Beauty breaks a record. Disney's live-action retelling of Beauty and the Beast has set a new ticket sales benchmark, according to Fandango. The ticket service says the movie has become its #1 family film for advanced ticket sales, surpassing previous record holder Finding Dory. Beauty and the Beast opens this Friday. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg got to experience what it's like riding shotgun with one of NASCAR's most famous drivers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., or just Jr. for those who follow NASCAR. Zuckerberg looked terrified as Earnhardt drove around the 1.5-mile superspeedway at speeds just about 170 miles an hour. Then the social media mogul got a turn behind the wheel, taking Earnhardt's car for a spin as the NASCAR star acted as crew chief. Naturally, the whole thing was broadcast live, guess where, on Facebook.
A new eco-friendly boutique hotel has opened at a ski resort in the country of Georgia. The hotel was built with dozens of freight containers. The building features square room modules, which are arranged on different levels. They are then connected to each other with open passages. The owners plan to build a swimming pool and arrange yoga classes at their venue for the next skiing season. Hanson announced a world tour to celebrate 25 years of making music together. And yes, 25 years. The band formed 5 years before making it big. The brothers Hanson have never stopped recording and releasing music, but they have also diversified. Their craft beer company makes the appropriately named brew Hops in a nod to the album that spawned the mega hit Bop, called Middle of Nowhere. The tour is called Middle of Everywhere. The tour kicks off May 21st and tickets go on sale on Saturday. Always wondered what happened to them. People headed to the Avenue to give the gift of life, how they're remembering a local teen who lost her battle with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Also, how a holiday tradition could help rebuild Louisiana's coastline. We'll explain when we come back. You're watching WDSU News at 4.
A special blood drive today at the Academy of Sacred Heart. It was organized in honor of a student who attended the school. Now the students at the school say it's become a rite of passage of sorts, giving the gift of life and keeping a student's legacy alive. It is a sacred event for schoolgirls at the Academy of Sacred Heart.
This is a cause that's really important to our school, and it's something I've waited for a long time. I gave last year as soon as I turned 16.
For Lauren Haffley, it's her second year donating, all in memory of a schoolmate who lost her battle with cancer back in 2011.
When it happened, it had a very big impact on our community, and it still heavily influences a lot of things that we do today.
Shelby Leonard was a beloved student at the school, described as creative and full of life. She lost hers way too soon.
She was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she lost a lot of blood, and she had to get a lot of surgeries. And so through that, not only, like I said before, did she need blood, but she also needed platelets. And so that is how this blood drive started.
Her sister Barrett helped to lead the charge, rounding up donors. Students, faculty, and community members all participated. 1 pint of blood goes a long way, saving as many as 3 lives. The blood drive is one of several events in Shelby's honor, keeping her memory alive while also giving the gift of life. Her sister says seeing so many people donate blood is a bit of a bright moment after her family's darkest hour.
Of course, I want people to donate on behalf of my sister, but I think it's even more important that we do what we can now for the people who need it now.
The blood drive for Shelby Leonard ends in just about 15 minutes at 5 o'clock.
If you see helicopters loaded with Christmas trees on March 22nd over Bayou Sauvage, that's just the annual Christmas tree drop. Natural trees are gathered in Orleans Parish following Christmas and bundled up. Then they're delivered by helicopter to the Bayou Sauvage National Wildlife Refuge. This is all in an effort to restore life in ponds at the refuge, which serves as a marsh barrier and protects the city from storm effects. The Louisiana Army National Guard operates the helicopters as part of their training exercise. Last year, more than 6,000 trees made their way to the bayou.
All right, it is You Local photo time. Another gorgeous sunset captured by a viewer in Abita Springs. I don't have to make my way out there. Take a look at the sun setting over Lake Pontchartrain. Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr is here with a check of the forecast. Just gorgeous, Margaret.
It really is. That is a gorgeous sky, and the sun setting today at 7:10. So be sure to go out and check it out. But wait, look at this right now.
Ooh.
We've got the sailboats at the lakefront. The wind isn't very strong. It's northeast at about 5 to 10. Here is a look. You know, we've had a beautiful winter with temperatures that were well above average. Everything's been in bloom. And now we've got the potential for some frost tonight on the North Shore and the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So you may want to protect that tender vegetation. Meanwhile, it's going to be sunny and warmer, as you can see, as we go into your Thursday, and then warmer for the weekend as well. So let's look at what's happening. And we've also got this freeze warning that's in effect just to our northeast. And the deal is we've got temperatures that are going to be dropping below freezing, especially over here at Jackson County. Here's the big view with high pressure sinking to the south, and that's going to send in that cooler air. So we can look at the big picture. High pressure sinks to the south, the wind dies down, clear skies overnight. So on the North Shore and South Mississippi, you've got the real potential to have those low temperatures in the mid-30s, and with the calm wind, you really do have that possibility of having some frost. Then we begin to pick up a southerly flow during the day. High temperatures low to the mid-60s, so a little bit warmer than today. Going into your Friday, really beautiful weather for St. Patrick's Day. All of that green is staying off to the north, and into the weekend, a weak front gets kind of close. It may give us a very slight chance of rain, but we're going to be warmer with that southerly flow. High temperatures in the upper 70s. We did have some clouds overnight, and when you have clouds at night, they'll act as a blanket. Temperatures dropped into the upper 30s to the low 40s, but it could have been even colder if we didn't have those clouds. Look at how beautiful it was today. This is down the bayou from Bayou Mama. Really looks like spring. A beautiful day. The high temperature so far at the airport, 54, and it could go a little bit higher, the average 72, and we're way below that record of 87 degrees. Few of us hit 60 degrees, 61 at Hammond, 60 was reported at Baton Rouge. So we've got some colder air to the north pushing south, but if you look to the west, you'll notice it's a little bit warmer, and that's what we're going to begin to get as we go into tomorrow. So right now, upper 50s to the low 60s, a great evening. We do have a light north wind, but that wind dies down overnight, allowing our temperatures to drop. And at 9 o'clock, mid-40s to the low 50s. You really need a jacket tonight. In the morning, mid-30s North Shore, mid-30s Mississippi Gulf Coast, South Shore. We are in the low to possibly the mid-40s, so colder weather in the morning. And then your high temperatures climb into the mid-60s. It's going to be a nice day. So 9 in the morning, about 52, noontime 60, 3 o'clock we're in the mid-60s tomorrow. For St. Patrick's Day, it's going to be chilly start, highs mid-70s, warmer for your Saturday and Sunday. And for the first day of spring, that's right, that's Monday, high temperature near 80 degrees.
All right, Margaret, thank you. We are on call this afternoon. Radiation therapy is an effective and important treatment for breast cancer, but some women may get more than they need. A new Duke University study analyzed breast cancer data from 2011. 57% of women who could have avoided radiation or undergone a shorter course because they had a small tumor still got the traditional 6-week treatment. Past research has shown cutting back on radiation does not increase the risk of a recurrence and would save millions of dollars a year.
Service and therapy dogs prove to be very beneficial to people who really need them, but it becomes a problem when people start abusing the system. Psychiatric service dogs are trained for people with mental illness, but it's really easy to buy a service vest and just throw it on your dog, but it is also illegal, and those misusing the system hurt people who need service dogs.
A service dog is a dog that performs an act for a person with a disability that they could not otherwise perform themselves.
Impersonating a service dog can land you a $500 fine and up to 60 days in jail. All right, still to come, interest rates are going up. How much more you'll spend if you're looking to make a big purchase. A live look outside. You're watching WDSU News at 4. Happy Hump Day, y'all. Okay, for the first time this year, the Federal Reserve has raised interest rates.
Those rates are going up by 0.25%, but despite the increase, interest rates remain at a record low. With the high, consumers can expect rates to change on credit cards and home equity loans. Those tend to rise in the weeks following a rate hike. Mortgages, auto loans, and student loans should not be affected in the short term.
A new survey shows that a majority of home sellers tried to negotiate their listing agent's commission to a lower price last year. 57% attempted to negotiate the price. The trend was partly driven by millennial sellers, 66% of whom said that they had attempted to negotiate with their real estate agent.
McDonald's tests mobile ordering before a national rollout. The fast food giant says that it is testing the service after acknowledging that the ordering process in its restaurants can be stressful. The order and pay service is available at some stores in California and is slowly expanding into Washington state. It will gather some feedback before launching the option nationally towards the end of the year. The company is also introducing ordering kiosks, which McDonald's says can help ease lines at the counter and improve order accuracy. Kind of like Starbucks. I've done that at Starbucks. I order on my phone and then you just go right up and grab your coffee and you don't have to wait in that long line.
I don't get what's stressful. You get number one, number two. I just don't understand.
Combo number one, combo number two. I gotcha.
All right.
WDSU News at 5 is next. The latest in this morning's quadruple homicide in Metairie. We're going to have an update for you how the 5th victim is doing and what information police have on the crime.
And the Privateers return to the lakefront after last night's loss at the big dance. Sports anchor Sharif Ishak has more on the heartbreaking loss. The news at 5 is next. Don't go far.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WDSU News at 5.
My chest is so full right about now. I don't know what to do. I don't really know what to do.
For the second time in less than a week, violence takes away multiple lives and leaves another injured. It was a gruesome scene in Metairie this morning. 3 people shot to death inside an apartment complex, another stabbed to death, and a woman shot in the head and injured. Good evening. I'm Gina Swanson.
And I'm Stella Kim. WDSU reporter Casey Ferrand is live in Metairie at the scene. And Casey, another sad day here for us. You spoke to some grieving family members tonight.
Yeah, this scene has actually taken lots of twists and turns throughout the day. We spoke to relatives of one of the victims, Rosemary Charles, who lives at the apartment here, apparently with her boyfriend, who was also killed, John Henry. Now, they are not clear on what could have led to that shooting, but I can tell you right now, investigators are still here on the scene searching for clues.
She was to herself, like she was on her sofa at home. She didn't worry nobody, you know. And to this to happen, oh, that break everybody's heart.
Viola Charles's younger sister, Rosemary Charles, lived in apartment G, down this hallway of a Pasadena Avenue apartment complex in Metairie.
By her being there by herself too, she liked the company. So I don't really know what's going down.
Police say around 3:30 Wednesday morning, a woman inside this apartment called 911 saying she'd been shot in the head. She was taken to the hospital. Along with 61-year-old Rosemary, police also found 2 men dead, 40-year-old Kyle Turner and 56-year-old John Henry.
When I heard about it, it's like, they got the wrong person. And they called me again, and it was Rose. They said she was laying on her sofa.
As they continued looking, investigators noticed the door of another apartment propped open. Another victim found dead inside. Police say it was 56-year-old Harold Frazard. He was stabbed in the head multiple times.
Obviously, the discovery of yet another body, 4th, adds another twist to the original scene. Kind of turns back the clock, and we're starting this process all over yet again.
While investigators piece together both scenes, relatives try to wrap their heads around what happened.
So I was going to go see her yesterday, but I had something to go do, so I run on back to Hammond where I stay at. And I said I was going to see her next time I came up here. Who knew I was going to see her dead?
Now, as for the surviving victim in this shooting, she's still in the hospital, apparently in critical condition but stable. Investigators say there was a gun found inside apartment G where Rosemary Charles lived. They are looking for more information about a motive and possible suspects and relying on possible surveillance video in the area to help them in this investigation. Reporting live, I'm Casey Ferrand, WDSU News.
All right, Casey, thank you. Well, investigators pieced together what happened on Pasadena Street this morning. Those who live near the crime scene are in disbelief. People in this corner of Metairie, they woke up to see police and emergency vehicles receive news that 4 people were killed and another hurt. Dwayne Robinson says he knows one of the victims, Rosemary Charles. He says he just cannot believe that someone would want to harm her.
Oh, she was a very nice person. I mean, she wasn't a harmful person or nothing. You know, I don't know what happened to bring on a motive, but I think she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, I don't know what the deal was, though, but it's tragic.
And again, Crime Stoppers has raised the reward amount in this case to $5,000. Please give police a call if you have any information.
Still no arrest in last Friday's quadruple shooting in Gentilly. A mother and her 2 sons were killed and her daughter seriously injured. The bodies of 6-year-old Jamiron Smith, his older brother, 10-year-old Justin Sims, and their 30-year-old mother, Monique Smith, were found inside a home on Turo Street. The sole survivor, 12-year-old Amaya Smith, remained in the hospital after being shot in the face. There's also a $5,000 reward for information in this case. Call Crime Stoppers if you can help. Here is a live look outside. Well, Super Sunday rather, and St. Joseph's Night are still a few days away. With this Mardi Gras, Indian took advantage of sunny weather to get some practice in. This was shot by WDSU photojournalist Stefan Cage. Take a look at that.
Look at that sun peeking up there. Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr is in the Weather Center with a first check of your Wednesday evening forecast and a gorgeous looking day outside, Margaret.
Oh, it really is, and I love to see the Mardi Gras Indians looking fabulous in the French Quarter. Look at that blue sky, and wait, you've got to see this one too, a twit pic from David Mora. I mean, it's blue skies forever. And of course, with clear skies and light winds, your temperatures are going to drop. So we can look at the big picture, high pressure sinking in, all of that purple that you're seeing. Those are freeze warnings. Now, we don't have a freeze warning, but over there in Jackson County, you do. Temperatures expected to drop into the upper 20s to the low 30s. It is going to be cold tonight. North Shore, South Mississippi, you could drop into the mid-30s, but right now we've just warmed up. That's the high so far for the day at the airport, 57 degrees, a light north wind, and the humidity is so low. Now, as you look at the North Shore in the morning, you are seeing calm winds, and that's one reason why our temperatures are going to drop. So at 10 o'clock, we're in the mid-40s North Shore, but by midnight, we're in the low 40s. How cold it's going to be coming up in a moment.
All right, Margaret, thank you. From the North Shore now, a very special groundbreaking event today for an $850,000 Miracle League baseball field specifically designed for children with special needs. For so many families, it is a dream come true, a chance and a place for their kids to share in the American dream. Because as North Shore reporter Heath Allen shows us, every kid deserves to play ball.
2, 3. Hey. You've seen groundbreakings before, but nothing like this one. The first shovels on a brand new Miracle League special needs ballpark turned by the kids who will play here. A dream taking shape for kids like 11-year-old Clayton Burke. To him, the Miracle League field means freedom. Why is it freedom for you?
I get to play my favorite sport.
All the time, right?
All the time.
And not just in the spring.
Clayton and so many of his friends already play Miracle League ball at Coquille, but on a regular field. And even with buddies, it's a challenge for him and so many youngsters just like him. Coquille has donated land that will turn this into this. A field covered with synthetic rubber, a flat surface accessible to wheelchairs, walkers, all special needs apparatus. Clayton's mom, a moving force behind the effort to make this field happen.
We knew all along a field like this was needed in St. Tammany. And it's just
here, Mom.
That's right here. It's just been wonderful. I'm hoping to see more families with kids who have their challenges out here.
If I could push a button and we could have the field ready and open and we could play baseball tomorrow, that would be perfect.
Fundraising continues on this $850,000 project, a chance still for others to step up to the plate and be involved. But come fall, the Miracle League field at Coquille will open because every kid deserves to play ball. On the North Shore, Heath Allen, WDSU News.
What a precious program. We love that. And Heath Allen is one of the Miracle League baseball coaches.